Yuan Bo, episode 19, here we go. So, we're trying to bypass the enemy's defenses and just hit their capital. And at least, if anything happens, I'll own their capital. In the meantime, Kugath is going after Yuan Bo, who has received some reinforcements. Now, in terms of the Eastern Front, we have Papa Nurgle over here. And we have already my armies prepared. Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon, can fight it. I just didn't realize that it would be so many flyers. This is actually... I'd like to use this to demonstrate. This is not a close victory. Not at all. Unless you cheese it too much, which honestly I prefer not to. This is a rather difficult one. Why? Because the flyers can just overcome my missiles, and that's immediately 6 units that I don't have. So you gotta be careful with that. The halberds are just never gonna lose to what he has in front line or even flanks. It's perfectly fine. And I also had the worst terrain possible because he has the higher ground. So the plan is just to send Zhao Ming here to try and lure a few of these wasps, a few of these plague drones, and see if I can final transmutation them. If I can final transmutation them, maybe I have a chance. I'm actually already hitting them with some of the shots from my, not Jezzails, the crane gunners, the Jezzail type gunners. And there we go, final transmutation. I even hit 1 unit of plague bearers on the back, so that's good. And overall, I'm trying to ensure that Kugath is not firing his missiles by casting missile mirror on them. So, the cultist is arriving, and I left an avenue for him, but still, this is pretty much decent damage done to him. I'm sending in the Jet Lions. The Jade and Jet Lions are supposed to tackle the enemies, the flyers who jump in, and then to just allow the other units to retreat. Overall, I'm feeling quite confident, leaving some gaps because most of the enemy is just melee, so it's quite a problem. But still, with the Celestial Dragon God, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Those guys just hold. As frontline, they're perfect. I really love them. So this is the sort of issue, is because those plague drones actually pack a punch. They destroy my guns really fast, and I'm actually lucky that they are all going to survive. So the Terracotta Sentinel is now fighting the plague drones, so is the Jet Lions. Jade Lion is keeping these... What are these? The Pox Riders? And the Threat? And all in the meantime, we're holding our formation. Nothing that is on this front is ever going to cause us any trouble. And finally, I'm able to actually turn around and hit these units in the back. So you can see the firing towards the plague drones. That's the biggest issue. Papa Nurgle was focusing on Zhao Ming, so that's a problem. That's why those plague drones, and that's why Zhao Ming is not hurting those plague drones, because not only are they really powerful actually in melee now, Papa Nurgle is helping them out as well. So at least that got him distracted. That's the purpose with Zhao Ming. Get everyone distracted with him because he's just a dragon tank, really. Lots of melee defense, so that's good. And now we're finally gonna get rid of these. They're already very low on health, which is great. Just the flyers, the missile units should do with the flyers. That's what I want. And yep, overall a good battle here. Those crane gunners actually fled towards Papa Nurgle. That's never a thing you want to see. And now Zhao Ming is just dodging shots from Kugath, which is good. I feel a few more hits, maybe one more spell, and they will rout. we go. After army losses, yeah. As you can see, I did survive with most of my units and they're perfectly fine, but it's still a Pyrrhic victory. I would always consider so. So, we're gonna have to deal with those. Nice bounce spell on those robes. Let me level him up. I'm gonna go Eastern Fires, that's for sure. And I need the rally too. But let's go, Eastern Fires. The biggest problem with Cathay is actually the replenishment, because they have issues with climate, and you also need their magic to help, and also need their melee to help. So the main lords are quite troubling to level up, you know, because I never know should I invest in replenishment or not, and typically I choose not to. I just wish they had replenishment for their specific units, for instance, in their skills. And their specific skills, you know, from Yuan Bo or from Zhao Ming or Miao Ying, yeah. Either way, they are good lords, just not exactly the lords that will keep pushing because you need the replenishment. In contrast, you could actually just advocate that you can global recruit the units, you know, just lose the units, merge them, whatever. And that's also a possibility, of course. Either that or you just upgrade the units to a good point. So we're going to be building the astromantic relay. And that's a problem overall, because it will spawn some armies to fight. So it's still necessary for the short and long victory, so that we're aiming for the short victory as quick as possible at this point. And what do we have here? Yeah, let's go with a port. I'm just trying to see if there's any place there actually is lacking income. I mean, I don't want to disrupt the UN... the yin-yang there, so yeah, I'm not gonna build that. Rather build somewhere else. There we go. Journey has been complete, with Taiyan is here. He has to meet up with the other lord to give him some of his flyers. I'm only earning 1,000, but that will change very soon, don't worry. I really would love a commercial district, but the rush construction is just so good. Maybe I could commission the artisans here. Yeah, maybe I can do that. So, no, not exactly good stuff. Oh, that was awful. Sometimes this gives good stuff, sometimes it doesn't. But still, that means that steel is growing, and what I want is the fortress city, actually, on the next. So as soon as I have 4, I'll declare a new fortress city, and that will help. Definitely, that will help. I wish I had a commercial district yet. I know, commercial districts are super important, but still, that's what I have here. Let's auto-resolve this one. Very straightforward, very simple actually. Even with a reduced army, it went just fine. Let's go research rate. I plan to have everyone on research rate just to breeze through the research tech tree. Maybe turn 100, I'll have it all, and that will be great. Now, Newport is actually one of the best places that I could get a commercial district at this moment. I feel it's one of the places that gives me the most income. I could have some other places, so I might wait until I have confederated Miao Ying. That could be a good idea. I can wait until I confederated Miao Ying, and then I evaluate whether or not there are better places to have the commercial districts, because you don't get too many, but still, I kind of have to decide quickly for those, you know. There we go. Let's move in. And I'm approaching a moment where I think I'm not going to have too many wars. I'm going to get a peace treaty here with Kugath and get quite some gold. Kugath always goes for peace. It's amazing. He declares, then he goes for peace, then he declares, and he goes for peace. I guess it's good because not all monogoths should be super aggressive and such, you know. So, but it's a bit annoying that he pieces out way too quickly. I think that's still a little bit too quickly for that, for comfort, you know? Like even on Legendary he does. So I'm being very careful with whom I get non-aggression pacts. I'll just get them if I absolutely need the money, you know? So I need steel to get up to 4. I'm already earning 7,000, which is great. And the purpose here is that I'm reaching a point where I think I can just skip through to tier 5 units, upgrade all my units, and then conquer the whole map. So that's why I'm not investing too much on Jade. I already invested, of course, in Jade Warriors, but I mean, we can do this. Now, a big problem, for instance, is this. Like, if I get too many of these, I won't be able to get the executioner stuff, and that's a big problem. Yuan Bo, it's one of the most difficult lords to try out and decide what to get, precisely because 50 skills are not enough for all that you want from him. So he's sending out some troops. Nothing that I saw was dangerous, really. And I'm seeing if the biggest problem is the replenishment there, so I'm not enjoying this. Like, I feel I should have perhaps waited a little bit before declaring. Now they get a little bit more armies and they're more aware. But maybe I can still capture the Great Turtle Isle and finish this up. Okay, I definitely want to take them out because I don't want the army abilities over them. Let's decisive victory. I really don't wish to decisive victory everything because the auto resolve can just give me some casualties. I think I'm gonna fight this one, and it didn't work too well, but it worked better. So this seems odd. That's not the battle I was doing. Yeah, no, it's fine. I decided the other battle. I fought it. Didn't lose too much. And now we have another battle, which Yuan Bo has some weaknesses against. That's a lot of flamethrowers, man. And that's a lot of... Oh, that's a lot of issues against my Yuan Bo character. And I have to cross a bridge. Okay, this can thwart... I can win the battle, but this can thwart my possibilities. So a front line with the shielded units, then the halberds in between. And then I have my missile troops on the back, supported by the Jade Lions and Jet Lions. Jet Lions are going to try and get rid of those flamethrowers. If it's the Reaper Bolt throwers that are the problem, I'm going to have to send Yuan Bo there. And hopefully he doesn't die. There's a lot of flyers and some monsters there, but I think it should be fine. Let's go, Yuan Bo. You have the talons, by the way. Talons of the Night. This would work better if they were masked. Or if they were blobbing up, but still it's good. It takes away half the health, more than half the health, 2/3 of the health of warp-fired throwers, and the more I can eliminate those, the better for me in the end. I think so. So I likely will cast those whenever possible. I was thinking on me even casting those on the Reaper Bolt throwers, but I thought maybe I can just attack with Yuan Bo there. Yeah, I think that would be best, let's say. Wyverns are here, so I gotta be careful with the Wyvern and the Manticore. Oh, I was showing the banners. Sorry about that. Where's my dragon? I honestly didn't see him. There he is. And let's try yet another talent. It's a great spell if they are not moving, if they're blobbing up. But yeah, it didn't cost too much damage, just half on those units. Let's go, Yuan Bo. Take care of those Reaper Bolt throwers. That's the main issue. That's the main problem that I have. The fact that they have the range to cause trouble. Balance of a Knight here, but I got interrupted actually. And that sucked completely. Oh, I didn't. Oh, there was one time that I was interrupted. I didn't check this when I was recording, so apologies that I missed that out. But still, that's perfect. That's perfect. I was focusing here on the Jet Lions, trying to keep them alive and using their ability, their magic, their missile mirror. And now you can see the effects. It works on the flamethrowers too. Now that's what I call being Skaven. You hit yourself. Still, of course, it doesn't last forever. That's the biggest problem with that spell. It doesn't last forever, but I guess it's way too powerful if it would last too much. Because it completely denies a unit from shooting, and if it shoots, it creates that problem. Now, my front line is gonna have trouble against all of those units, but hopefully I can do some damage. I would love for them to stay in the ranks, but even my archers are now being attacked by their melee units. That's because, yes, if I put my units way too clumped up together, they get flanked. So I kind of prefer it if they go in the middle, because that always creates the enemies in flank situation for the enemy leadership. That's why you leave some gaps, because even if the enemy takes them, they'll take a leadership loss. So at least you have a better way to dealing with them later on. And Yuan Bo is doing tremendous effort here. He alone was luring both of the sorceress and taking care of the Reaper Bolt throwers, and you can see that it has taken a toll in his health. He can survive for now, but I think I'm gonna have to withdraw him. And the good thing is that I'm managing to get... Oh, that was a nice comment on the Blackguard of Nagaron. And the good news is that I am managing to get rid of these units. I don't have anything really good against single entities. Comets don't do it. So my own single entities are having some trouble dealing with this Hydra. But so far they're now retreating. And I think I'm about to break them, or they are about to break me. I don't know. But there are some units that are still completely with full health, and that's the biggest problem. That I need to ensure that I'm attacking at least some of those, so that overall their health is gone. I have some units here that are like the Jade Lion who should be moving in. And Yuan Bo is terrifying how low his health is, so I gotta be careful. But yeah, that's a victory. Not the best, and I cannot pursue further actually, which is a big problem. Because even if I eliminate, I don't eliminate them completely. Yuan Bo got 5,000 value, which is perfect. But yeah, 1,400 value on that Jet Lion. That's because he was attacking the Hydra, if not mistaken. So yeah, Jet Lions and Jade Lions, they're kind of cool single entity absorbers. They are not killers. That's the problem. They are more like a supportive unit. So, let's get inner strength. We've been getting anything that is constitutes upgrades. And I could attack and I could invade, but there's an army there. And that's a big problem. Yeah, that army there, if it wasn't here, it would be much easier. And one thing, auto-resolve is terrible for Jet Lions and Jade Lions. I don't know why. They aren't supposed to be. You know, I think they could use a health buff, but then again, they're tier 3 units, so might as well just have them as they are. A Pyrrhic victory? Really? Really? Okay. Let's loot and occupy, because one of the buildings that I need to build doesn't require that. And even then it's tier 4. Oh wow. I'm gonna demolish that building, yeah, that's for sure. And I'm gonna already build that. That's gonna be for the short victory, so yeah, why not? It gives some nice buffs to all units, to all armies, so that's cool. Should I continue with this one? I think so. Or should I demolish? I gotta demolish this. This is gonna be a place for more income because of the obsidian stuff. Yeah. More base for income. Let's go stone gaze. That's why as well. I haven't yet invested on those. But yeah. Let's get runs. Let's get rolling skies and then the Uranus, the Thunderbolt. Yeah, I feel I cannot push, so I might as well just retreat with my troops and try to go for better units, for Celestial Guard units. I think that'll be the best way, because they'll still have the same redline skills, so there's nothing lost there. I don't need to get to it. But yeah, I feel it's good.
Attention.
Lead from the front. Yeah, that's good.
To defend my soldiers.
Let's increase the mobility. Whenever possible, I get the blue line ones, because if not, you will always forget about them. So I'll as soon as possible, I always get them. Of course, you can have some specifics with caster heroes where you want a specific spell. By all means, go for it. And yeah, 3 more turns before that comes in. Steel needs a couple more turns, at least 3 more turns, so that I can form up a fortress somewhere else. Tyrant Peak. Where's Tyrant Peak? Oh, it's on the top, right? Okay, I cannot build unless I have 2 of the same building, so might as well just get some more research rate. That's the reason why I'm getting that building so much, is mainly because of research rate. Okay, so this is in the Bastion. I could get something to build up units or defensive. Well, casualty replenishment feels great, so I think I'm gonna go for that. Yeah. Monthly is fine. I'm getting enough money from battles so that I can upgrade nearly everything. There we go. There we go. That's good. Overall, feeling great about how the progress is going. It's difficult here to leave the Turtle Gate, and Miao Ying appears to be more focused on other goals than proceeding up to the north. So yep. Over here you're gonna stay put. For now I don't want to pursue any battles. And I just want to make some presence so that the greenskins don't attack me instead. But likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend like maybe 10 turns, I think, improving my military, and then I'm going to start pushing towards... So I need that fortress city. That will likely be on the other side of the map. So in Lustria, so that I'll have 1 on each place. So yeah, greenskins are likely going to be the next big target. And I'm predicting that I'm going to have to get rid of the northern places. The northern provinces, if they confederate, I'm perfectly fine. And that's going to be the main event. Then I'll have to spend like an hour or so just disbanding armies. And building new ones, of course. But still, that's the purpose, right? So that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!